Hey, assalamu alaikum everyone. Tanvir here from Toronto. Alhamdulillah, finally I have landed here in Canada just yesterday on 15 January 2021. I received my COPR on 26 November last year, so which had an expiry date of 20th January this year. So I had to make a quick decisions to fly as soon as possible, as I didn't want to go for the expired COPR situation, which would have led me to wait another 6 months or more. God knows. As we all know, there are travel restrictions here in Canada right now. Many of you were curious how I managed to land during this time. So in this video, I'm going to share my landing experience here in Toronto from Bangladesh. I will start from the beginning to how I reached here in Toronto. Some parts of the video may not be relevant to you. I will add timestamps below in the descriptions. Feel free to skip to the part that you are interested in. So let's get started. So before I booked my ticket, I actually called CBSA and asked if I could travel to Canada with valid COPR visa. And the agent has told me I can as long as I'm coming here to settle permanently. Also, it would again depend on the discretion of the agent at the immigration counter. I just had to take my chance and book my flight. And so far, Alhamdulillah, everything turned out great. My journey actually started on the 14th January this year. I mean, a few days ago from Chittagong. I had to take 1 hour flight from Chittagong to Dhaka as my international flight was from Dhaka. From Chittagong, I used US Bangla Airlines to travel to Dhaka, which took about an hour. Please do check in with your domestic airlines about baggage allowance before you book your ticket. Since I had the international flight, US Bangla allowed me some free baggage allowance and I had to pay some money for the extra way. I actually packed over my baggage allowance for my international flight. Thanks to my friend Raymond for helping me out in the last minute with the extra stuff that I had to return home. So please make sure you are actually packing according to your baggage allowance, as international flights tends to charge way too much money per kilo for each kg extra weight that you are carrying. So now it's time to start my journey from Dhaka to Abu Dhabi. As you all know, you must have a PCR negative report to board the plane and pass the immigration process. Make sure to get the test done within 72 hours of your flight time. Please make sure you have a photocopies, like a few photocopies actually, for your PCR test, as you will need to give those out in different departments within the airport. I had to I had to collect small token from a help desk before I check in. After checking in, I went through Bangladesh Immigration Authority. There were not many people queuing, so I didn't take that long. It didn't take that long, maybe around 10 minutes. The officer was very nice. He asked me basic questions like where I'm going, why I'm going, if I have any work there, in where my international flight was last time, stuff like that. And after those basic questions, he asked me for a contact number here for Bangladesh actually. So for which I used my father's number, and then the officer stamped in my passport and I was done there. No further question was asked about travel restrictions, like even if I had any authorization letter or even about how much money I am carrying. And then I had to rush to board the plane as the flight time were changed. They had actually moved the time ahead of the scheduled time. Oh yes, I forgot to mention I used Etihad Airlines for the whole journey. So in in-flight experience was very good. The food and the services were very good. They had taken very good measures actually for COVID-19. So when I landed in Abu Dhabi, it was very quiet. Not many people actually, maybe due to COVID-19. And I had spent around 12 hours until my next flight to Toronto. It was very tiring to kill time for that long, but I had no options. So finally it was morning. So finally it was morning around 8 a.m. when they started boarding the process. I mean the boarding process. I went there. One of the Etihad member checked my passport and asked for authorization letter. I told them my COPR is still valid and authorization letter is for people who have expired COPR. He was a bit skeptical, but then I showed him my COPR letter and then he just let me board. He didn't ask he didn't ask any other questions, and I just start the journey from there. So the plane was bigger than the one that I was using for traveling to Abu Dhabi. There was some kind of seating problem actually, because I'm 6 feet and I didn't have too much leg space. I was feeling a bit uncomfortable considering the long flight. So make sure to check in online if you have any specific preference other than the flight. It was great, amazing foods, and too good cleaning measures for COVID-19. So finally, after a long tiring 13 hours of flight, I was kind of like shaking at that time when I landed Toronto, with joy and excitement, seeing years of dream coming true. Yeah, I was shocked to see the whole Toronto airport was very empty at that time. I had to walk around 10 minutes to get to the immigration process, like immigration booth. But I made a huge mistake at that immigration counter. I actually shared the story in the process of immigration in like Canada in my next video, since this one is getting too long. So please do subscribe to the channel. I'll put up the video soon. Stay well, stay humble, and see you guys in the next one. Take care.